That private DM you sent at work, it may not be private. It may not even be deletable in the way you think. Because on company platforms, your messages often do not belong to you, they belong to the company. And if the company ever needs them, the archive is waiting. I've worked close enough to these systems to know how this actually works when legal, compliance, or security gets involved. And most employees don't realize the same message can exist in three forms at once: what they saw, what they deleted, and what the company still retained. Those are not always the same thing. Work platforms train people into a dangerous assumption that if a message feels private, it is private. Sometimes that's only true socially, not institutionally. On higher control enterprise setups, and that includes most large organizations on Slack, Teams, or Google Workspace, organizations can have access far beyond ordinary employees assume, which means a DM can feel like a side conversation and still function like a corporate record. Private from your coworker? Probably. Private from your organization? That depends on the plan your company pays for. And this is where it stops being a tech detail and becomes something bigger. The moment work communication becomes searchable, it stops behaving like conversation and starts behaving like evidence. This is the part most people miss. Work communication is no longer just stored, it is queryable by name, by keyword, by date range, by topic. That changes everything because when a tool like Microsoft's Compliance Center lets an admin search across every Teams chat, every channel message, every email, and every file in the organization using keywords, your messages are no longer conversations you had with a person. They are data points in a searchable database. And the moment someone enters your name into that search bar, your entire communication history becomes a timeline. Here's a detail that catches people. Some platforms don't just store the final message, they store edit history, the thought you had, the correction you made, and the final version. All three preserved. Which means the message you carefully reworded to sound more professional may still have the original version sitting underneath it in the retention system. You edited what people saw, you didn't edit what the system kept. This is the one that fools people. Deleting a message changes what you can see. It doesn't necessarily change what the system keeps. That is the difference between user experience and data retention. Most companies set a retention period: 1 year, 3 years, 7 years. Some set it to indefinite. And once a legal enters the picture, meaning there's an active or anticipated lawsuit, your delete button can become almost meaningless. The legal hold overrides the retention policy. Even if the retention policy expires, even if the message was deleted months ago, the hold preserves everything. Delete is not a data event, it's a cosmetic event. And this matters during an HR investigation, during a lawsuit, during any moment when what you say is what somebody else needs to prove. Voice used to feel safer than text. You could say something in a meeting and feel like it disappeared into the room. Now, that same meeting can become recording, transcript, summary, and search index. Zoom, Teams, and Google Meet all offer AI generated transcripts now. Every word spoken converted to searchable text, attributed to your name. And some companies feed these transcripts into AI tools that summarize meetings, extract action items, and flag sentiment. The AI forms an opinion about how you sounded. Speech becomes text, text becomes archive, archive becomes analysis. Once your spoken words become searchable, meetings stop being fleeting human moments and start becoming permanent records. And that often comment you made on a call, the one you thought disappeared once the meeting ended, it's a text file now. Email follows the same logic. People think in terms of sent and deleted. The system thinks in terms of retained and recoverable. And sometimes, even the message that never left your outbox can still leave a footprint. A draft you started, saved briefly, and deleted may have been captured by the journaling system before you removed it. And BCC, the recipient may not see the hidden name, but the system level header records every address. Nothing is hidden at the infrastructure level. Everything I've described sits quietly in the background for most people most of the time. Nobody is reading your messages on a normal Tuesday afternoon. But the archive matters most the moment someone already has a reason to search your name. A complaint, a lawsuit, a regulatory audit, a layoff list where someone needs to justify a decision. That is when the searchable archive stops being background infrastructure and becomes the primary source of truth about what you said, when you said it, and who you said it to. Your words, your timestamp, their context. Here's what I want you to sit with. The purpose of all of this isn't to spy on you. It is to protect the company from lawsuits, from regulatory violations, from liability. You are not the target. You are the data source. And that's almost worse because it means nobody is personally reading your messages, but the system is preserving them, categorizing them, making them searchable, so that if there's ever a reason to look at you specifically, the archive is ready. The surveillance isn't the problem, the permanence is. In a face to face conversation, words disappear. You can speak freely because the moment passes. On a company platform, the moment never passes. Every word is frozen in time, waiting for someone to thaw it out. The most honest thing a company communication platform could say when you open it every morning is this: nothing you type here will ever be forgotten. Proceed accordingly. File closed.